Hey everyone, this is Dan the GM, and this is What the Dice. That's right, guys. We're back. It's another week. It's another adventure, and we are at episode 103. That's right, guys. 103 episodes. You have been hanging out with us, listening to our story, and all that fun stuff. I want to remind you all, we are trying to build a community over on our Discord channel. If you want to join us, which we highly suggest, not because it's our Discord and it's cool, but because we want to meet all of our listeners. You can head on over to whatthedice.weebly.com, head over to the links page, and if you click on that beautiful Discord button, it will add you to our Discord. So other than that, that's all I got. I hope you guys join our Discord. It will be amazing to meet you all. Well, I'm going to shut up and let you guys get on with this week's episode. Episode 103 of What the Dice. As we approach the storyteller's campsite, we look back behind us and we can see the moon rising over the horizon. The full moon glints and gives light to almost a completely starless night. We turn back and look at the warmth of the fire, and nearby a small snake sits basking in the heat. The storyteller runs his fingers across the engravement upon the book that sits on his lap. We look down, and a small snake is slithered around a small stone, basking in the heat of the fire. The storyteller looks down at it and then back at us with a smile. Raising his hand to signal for us to sit, he opens the book slowly. Well, me friends, it seems as if the adventurers have their own friendly snake. One of metal, with knowledge of the Godsfell not even the dwarves have. He's able to tell them more of this strange and mysterious place, and giving them clues on how to get into the cave systems below. Well, with this knowledge, the story just begins. Sit back, relax, and hear me tell. In the last episode, y'all had a chance to sit and discover a drone, or a drone robot manufacturer or repair slot, and got a little bit of the story of Godsfell. And thanks to a very helpful, will we call him a nope rope, a danger noodle, a metal snake?
Well, he has a injectable poison, so he is a danger noodle.
So he's a danger tube?
He is a danger tube.
Well, thanks to the danger tube, you found out that more about Godsfell and found a room that the dwarves have not found. And you also had a chance to learn the history of Godsfell before Godsfell became the city that it is. With leaving the robot facilities section of the Godsfell with more questions than answers, you were given the clue of going deeper to find the problem. The camera pans as we see the group moving towards medical. Who want to start us out?
Well, depends on who has the key card.
I'll do it if no one wants to.
Well, the door is open.
Okay, then we'll go through medical.
I thought the door to medical was shut earlier.
Nope, the door to robot facilities was shut.
But maybe they gave it to us for a different door. Either way, the snake believes that we need that as a key, so we're gonna take it. Which actually, really quick, she goes, Defibulus, before we proceed, do you know how to use that thing?
What, the key card?
Yeah.
If I tell you yes, would you believe me?
Yes.
Then sure, I can figure it out, I'm sure.
But I'm not gonna believe you now.
Well, I didn't say I did, and I didn't say I didn't. I'm just asking if I said yes, would you have believed me?
All right, 1 second. She's gonna take the key card from Defibulus politely. It's not like she's yanking it out of his hand. Walk back over to the snake and go, I know this is a dumb question, and how do I use this? It doesn't look like a key to me. And your doors are different than the doors I'm used to.
The snake looks at you for a second and leans over to the strange box with all the small keys inside of it and taps and pulls up what we would know as a GIF of a card being swiped down on a keypad with a little slide on the side, and then pulls up another GIF of a key card being inserted into a small slit of a square box.
She'll watch it a couple of times and nod and go, okay, thanks. And walk back over to Defibulous going, I guess call it swipe it? I'll know it when I see it.
Fair enough.
Faye's going to invite the snake to walk with them. Just to make sure we get where we're going.
It slithers with you into medical. Who all looked at the map of Godsfell?
All of us.
Lila did, definitely.
I need an intelligence check from everyone.
19.
18.
16.
Faye, looking around, medical looks like it might be just a little smaller than what the map showed, but it also, you see that there are sections of the wall that have been crushed in by stone. So part of you thinks that maybe there's more to this room than meets the eye, but then part of you is like, well, it's embedded in stone, so it might not be.
Is there any way to follow up on that feeling? To kind of look around and pace around the rooms?
You could pace around and tap on walls to see if they sound hollow or anything of the sort.
I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tell everybody that this just doesn't feel like it's to scale.
What do you mean by to scale?
I don't know, just the map sense. The map gives me the sense that there should be more in this room, that it should be bigger. And yeah, I know it's crashed, but it just feels weird. Just indulge me for a minute.
All right, Kalila will help look around for, essentially, she's thinking, all right, look for a hidden door, a trap door, or something this key card slides into to open a door that maybe she can't see.
Okay.
Defibulous shall look around as well.
Defibulous might know what I'm talking about when I say that it doesn't feel like it's scaled correctly.
There should be more here.
I need a perception check from everyone.
26.
18.
29.
Defibulous and Kalila, as you walk around, you notice that the most eastern wall doesn't feel right. The metal doesn't feel quite the same. It feels as if it is a little bit like when you tap on it, it sounds hollow maybe. Not like the other walls that you tap on that sound a little bit more solid. This sounds hollowish.
Which wall?
Eastern walls.
Because this one sounds hollow to me as she tinks her claw on it.
Defibulous will study that wall then.
Anyone else studying the wall?
No, Faye is going to turn to the snake and ask if this wall is different. Has this wall been tampered with? Did the dwarves do anything here?
It looks at it, its eyes flash a gambit of colors, and it shakes its head no.
So this wall has been here for 2,300 years, and then some, since the Godsfell was commissioned, yeah?
Shakes its head yes.
But it's hollow.
She's gonna look to see if she can find the key card swipey thing.
Perception check for whoever is looking for key card hole thingy.
29.
25.
32.
Faye, as you turn to look away from the snake, you look at almost the floor level, and you see a small, tiny green light that looks like it has been maybe painted over, or it looks like maybe something was placed over it, but there's just the faintest amount of light, and it looks like there's a little opening about the thickness of the key card you all have.
Psst, over here.
I'll come over, see if it kind of matches the thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's the insert kind of key.
She will try the insert card tactic that she watched.
As you insert it, you hear the sound of hissing as the door clicks back about 2 inches and slides to the right and to the left. You see a storage room that was filled with bottles and powders and liquids that all have been either chewed or ripped open, and you see a hole in the most eastern part of it where you see that rats have been coming in and out.
Well, we found another rat hole.
So what was all this? What have they been chewing on? And Faye is going to attempt to read some labels.
Kalila will try to.
Yeah, defibrilus will help.
All right. So let's start with Faye. You see things like betameth, bliss, cram, crash, deep weed, and jazz. Defibulous, you see things that say kamikaze, little smoke, long haul, nitro, no paint. Kalila, you see things that say Nova Coke, overdrive, pixie dust, psych, reaper, damaged or ripped out.
All right, I have no idea what these are.
I think these are drugs.
Well, they're definitely ingredients.
Okay, are there ingredient labels? Or just the straight up name labels?
No, there are things that say like warning label of like, do not take more than 2 pills a day. Do not use with synthol. Do not mix with slab or other warning labels of that kind. Give me let's go medicine check, heal check. Is it medicine or is it heal? I forget.
There's heal on here.
Then give me a heal check.
Or knowledge, if it's relatable.
Yeah, let's do knowledge. If you have it.
Heal or knowledge is probably.
Okay, I have both, but I just rolled a nat 20 on my heal check. So...
Doesn't matter anyways.
So, looking at the pill, like you open one up and you look and you see it's a little white pill and it's got a strange little marking on it. And you cap that, you look at another one and it's like a purple pill with little pellets in the inside, and you cap that one. You kind of go through a couple different ones, and then you set them down and you kind of look off to the side and you see a clipboard and you see, Corporal Anderson approved of bliss once a day to help with training due to requiring of higher pain tolerance. Shaman Emmerich approved for deep weed for meditation once a day. And it looks like these are drugs, or what you would know as drugs, that the new doctors are prescribing. These aren't any type of pill you've ever seen, but this is very reminiscent of, some of the powder that you see looks like powder that the new doctors are making out of dried herbs and roots and things of that nature. But these look like they are not organic. They are too white, or the colors are bright purples and greens, and
They look man-made.
they look very man-made.
These have been very refined and extracted, which some of the processes exist to do this, but it looks like we've lost the ability to do some of these things.
Given the fact that we don't even know exactly what they are, yeah. She goes, this is all fascinating, but unless that hole is large enough for us to crawl through...
Wait, hold on. These have all been chewed on.
You mean you think the rats have gotten into this?
Yeah, the rats have gotten into this. I'm guessing things like Reaper might, enhance aggression.
She smirks, are you sure it's not the one labeled Pixie?
Ha ha ha.
Figured you'd get a good laugh out of that one.
All right, so these dire rats are enhanced by a ancient...
They're doped up.
Yeah, okay, fine. Great, good to know. That doesn't get us down there.
No, it does not, but it explains some of the weird behavior.
That it does.
Okay, well, that's one partial mystery solved.
Is the hole that's onto the eastern wall big enough for us to go through?
To the north, you see a small hallway that looks like was blown open a while ago, and it looks like some of the stone has been smoothed out. You do see kind of like a rough staircase kind of look
where we can go down naturally.
Yeah.
All right, well, Kalila will lead the way down.
Faye will ask the snake if the dwarves did this.
The opening?
Yeah.
It shakes its head yes.
You can't come with us past this point, can you?
It shakes its head no.
Alright, then we will see you in a while. Have fun hunting the rats.
It nods.
So if it was like, so the dwarves inadvertently caused their problems with the rats.
Yes, the dwarves, because they tunneled in, the rats followed them.
Silly rats. Silly rats. Drugs are for dwarves?
Don't want to say kids.
No, we don't want to do that.
For metahumans, whatever the hell a metahuman is, as far as our characters are concerned.
You guys don't even know what metahumans are.
I know what metahumans
I know
are.
what a metahuman is, sir.
I am a metahuman. Wait,
Your secrets!
I don't know. Have you met a human?
Aw,
Unfortunately.
Nice. Yeah, sadly.
Dad jokes. So, as you guys get down this set of old worn stairs, you see that this area is a lot more condensed down. The stone and the walls are crushed down and angled hard, where it looks like the Godsfell crashed in, and this was the first area to take the massive hits.
This is the crumpled zone. Alright, well, since Kalila, I believe, has the best ears and probably better eyesight, she'll take the lead.
And you still have that lantern spell going?
Yeah, it's 9 hours.
I have refreshed my light spell, so I've got 20 minutes.
Alright, yep.
As you guys are walking down here, this area, instead of being the wood that you heard upstairs, this floor is metal and hollow, and you see posters of, the new AR-15. Don't let your ammo rust, and, don't lose your essence, or improve your life. Military life is cyberware, and stuff like that. Stuff that you really just don't fully understand. But they almost feel like advertisements, like what a town crier would say if a new sale at a shop is going on type thing, are wet with dew and condensation from the environment that it's in. At the end of the hall, you see a metal door that is just open enough for Defibulus to squeeze through it. Give me a perception checks.
29.
19.
Nat 1.
Woo!
Faye, as you turn a corner, you walk right into a cobweb, and you're now struggling to get the cobweb out of your face. Defibulus, you see a small black box on the side of the wall where there are 2 wires that are sticking out that are just sparking ever so slightly.
You will go over and take a look at that real quick.
Faye is doing the heebie-jeebie dance. Just a minute.
Faye, are you alright back there?
No, it's a spider web. Like, I'm cool with spiders, but this stuff is weird. It tickles.
Kalila's just gonna chuckle to herself and help her get off the cobwebs. I rolled low enough for her not to be looking.
Defibulus will go poke at those wires and take a look at them.
Knowledge engineering.
28.
With a 28, you recognize the little black panel as one of the keycard things that Kalila had lightly described. Looking over at the door, it looks like someone had taken shovels and pickaxes and had pried the door open enough to where people could get in. It looks like you might be able to fix these wires and restore power to the door and see if the key would work.
Defibulus will get on a heavier set of leather gloves so he's not electrocuting himself. And see if he can repair those wires.
Roll me a knowledge engineering.
26.
With a 26, it takes you a couple of minutes, but eventually the keypad lights up and you see a little green light up on the side of where you would slide the card.
Hey, Kalila. Since you're playing with the cobwebs, can I see the key card?
She'll just hand it off to him while picking a cobweb out of Faye's hair.
Hey, there may have been a spider crawling around on there.
I know.
Phoebus will chuckle to himself and test the key card.
I just need it out of my face.
Choose. Well, there's no spiders on your face. It's fine.
No, I need the webs out of my face. I need to see them.
That's what I'm getting. And she's pulling off webs from her face with her claws.
As those two fight with the little cobwebs, Defibulus, you swipe the card, and there's the sound of metal grinding and sparks sparking, and the door slowly starts to open more.
That definitely gets Kalila's attention.
And then there's the sound of metal bending as the door now is stuck open, about 3/4 of the way open. It's big enough for anyone to get through, but there's no way that door is going to move again. Not without significant repair.
Hey guys, I fixed the door.
You sure? It sounded like you broke it.
Well, I should say I got the door open enough for us to get through, but it might require some repair to get it to close.
More
Or
than
open
just
further.
your crowbar.
I didn't even use my crowbar this time.
Fair enough. She picks the last cobweb from face.
Yeah, well, we can let the dwarves worry about that. Let's go figure out the rat.
Yep. She'll follow Defibulus into this room.
Time to see what's in the room. Defibulus is like, well, I didn't break the door. I got it open. I did fix the key card holder, so it worked and opened the door. The door may require a little bit of TLC to get it to open further or close again, but I did not break it.
Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
All right, so going through the door, Defibulus?
Not before taking a look what's in the room, before just sauntering in there.
But my surprise attacks.
I know, I don't want to give you any surprise attacks.
Not today, Satan.
When will it be Satan's Day, damn it?
Tomorrow.
Let me check my calendar.
Defibulus, give me a perception check.
30.
With a 30, you look in, and this is different. There are little caged doors with some kind of black armor sitting behind it. Things that are like long coats, but they are strangely designed. Leathers that are perfectly smooth, and you see no indications of scraping from meat and fur. They are dyed a solid black. Some have little splotches of gray, others are dark green. You see gloves and boots, and everything's just very reminiscent of the toy maker's armor that you saw.
Ooh, guys, I found shiny stuff.
What kind of shiny stuff? She follows Defibulus.
Shiny armor, shiny stuff.
Ooh.
Defibulus like, hey, can you get your light source in here?
She will move the lantern.
In comes Faye with hers.
Which light source would you like?
Whichever one generates the best amount of light so I don't get eaten by something.
Faye.
All right, here we go. What you got?
Oh, what's in the room?
Upon closer inspection, it looks like the rats had gotten into some of these uniforms. You see some of the gloves are completely chewed through. Some of the boots look like they are missing the strings or the heels. But there is one set of armor, and it's small, probably about gnome or dwarf size. And the keypad is rusted and damaged, like someone had tried to get into it and gave up. And on the labeling, you just see Private Dunn, Dunnn.
I wonder who Private Dunn was.
I don't know, but it looks like other people tried to get this armor.
Do you think he ever got done?
She goes, I don't know. Think the key card will work on that?
I'm
All right.
This looks like a traditional lock, a key lock.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to pick it?
oh, can you?
Yeah, I can.
Well, I will step out of the way.
By all means. Just make sure it's not booby trapped, because I'd booby trap that.
All right.
Good thing I've got trap finding.
All right, roll your trap finding.
34.
All right, you look around and you find 2 stray wires and you pull them out of place, and it looks like they were wired up to a simple bell alarm, kind of like just something to alert that lock had been picked. Past that, you don't see any other alarms.
Cool. Now to pick the lock. So I pull out those from my armor and work on the lock.
All right, disable device, because they don't have lock picking in this edition, right? Right.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just disabled device, or I believe.
Well, it doesn't matter because it was a nat 20.
Woo!
As you slip your thieves lock pick kit in, the lock just pops open and drops to the ground. As you look closer, it looks like what the lock had looped into had been struck enough times where it just needed that little pull to break through the rusted metal.
Looks like Lady Luck likes you tonight.
Yeah, but my getting rusty. I was hoping for a challenge. Oh well.
I'm sure there'll be more chances.
Defibulus, you now get a chance to look at this armor, and it would be very reminiscent of a brown coat duster and black slacks and a black shirts. All have strange padding in what you would know as vital areas.
Very well made.
And it'll go with your bare feet.
Yeah, he will make sure. Will this clash with his bare feet?
It looks like you could probably slip the bare feet over the boots and still wear the boots if you wanted to, or you could just wear the bare feet. Though the bare feet are brown, this uniform is black.
Yeah, but the nice thing is I can always dye the fur on the bare boots.
That is true. We could dye them black. Make the whole outfit match.
Does anyone mind if I walk off with this?
I don't think any of us can fit into that other than you.
Valid point, but it's still polite to ask.
Go right ahead, Defibulus. Besides, I just got new armor, and so did Faye.
Did I forget to buy armor again?
Yeah, you didn't really like most of the options, and you figured you'd come back.
I did get a nice shiny gun.
You did. You bought guns.
That causes rats to explode.
Clearly.
Okay, so you're gonna change or you're gonna stuff it in a pack?
Well, it'd be rude of me just to start stripping down in front of 2 ladies. That's just rude.
Kalila will smirk and exit the room.
So we could turn our back, but that I haven't seen before. Faye off with Kalila.
Wait, have you been spying on me when I've been bathing or something?
I think she means just the gnome body in general.
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to keep an eye on her.
Defibulus, as you put this suit on, it feels like it is tailored to you. It hugs in all the right spots, and it gives you that mobility that you so crave. And as you reach into the pocket, you feel a strange something in your hand. Pulling it out, you see a strange bar wrapped in what feels like metal that is soft and flexible. And across it just says, soy bar. It's soylicious.
Anyone know what soy is?
Oh no.
No? I mean, there's a soybean.
Anyone want a soy bar? Because
Faye doesn't.
I'll pass.
Anyone want a soy bar?
Gonna pass on that one.
Whatever is 2,300 years old, think you want it either.
We'll keep it around and we'll feed it to someone we don't like.
We could always throw it into another gelatinous cube if we run across one, or feed it to the rats and see what happens.
Ooh, that sounds like an idea.
They're already dope. You want to poison them too?
I mean, if it kills them,
Ooh, it could turn it into a super rat.
also a bad idea.
Be kind of cool to see, though.
Can't be any worse than your wild shot.
Yeah, it could. It could be like equivalent of 2 of our wild shots.
No, I'm good.
We're gonna keep it.
Can we go?
I wonder if you can get wild shot in a food form.
Kalila's just gonna keep looking around the room.
As you push in deeper into the weapons and storage or armor locker, you see that even some of the guns that were there look more advanced than what Defibulus carry. You see both rifles and what we would know as shotguns and pistols and sniper rifles. All the metal on it looks like it has been chewed through by rats. Scopes have been chewed to where the glass is shattered and cracked. Ammo gone.
That is kind of terrifying.
Some of the ammo looks like it was taken by possibly the dwarves, because you see telltale signs of ripped out lockers with pickaxes, and you see broken pieces of shovels. So it looks like it's possible that they were able to get some of the more advanced weapons, which is also a tell for what's going on upstairs with the equipment.
So everything else in here is kind of useless.
Yeah, but I do need a perception check from everyone.
25.
34.
Hold on, I lost my ability to math.
Ah, Bob and Dob got to. You got it.
21. My calculator tells me 21.
As you guys are looking around, you all notice a small black, what we would know as a plastic case, and there's a little key card swipe on it, and it looks like the little green light has lost its power. It is buried under some rubble, and it looks like it had been bypassed because someone threw something on top of it. Pulling it out, you just see 2 letters on the front, C4.
I'm assuming that was Kalila that found it.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick up this thing, stare at it, and go, hey, anybody know what this thing means? It says C4 on it.
Nope. Amphibious will stop and think on it, though.
I bet you the snake knows.
Take it back up to him.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I'll be back. Just need to run it upstairs to the snake.
The snake is still in the area that you left him, and it looks like he is going through and repairing wires.
All right, chill.
As you walk in, his eyes go from the red to a green, and he cocks his head to the side.
She goes, hey, snake, do you know what this is? She holds up the thing that says C4 on it.
It looks at you for a second, looks at the case, looks at you, cocks its head to the side like you're crazy, and then proceeds to snake its way to the computer.
She'll follow the snake.
Tapping a couple of times, the words C4 pops up, followed by the word plastic explosives, highly dangerous. By use of professional demolition specialists only.
I'm holding a thing of explosive.
Right. So we're going to leave with you.
Nah, Defibulous is gonna want this.
Defibulous have that.
Do you know how many times exploding things has saved us? We absolutely want this.
Amphibious' head's gonna pop in the door for him. Did I hear explodings?
You did. This thing's really explosive as she's holding it high.
Can I have it?
No.
Well, hold on. Snake, how does this thing explode? It doesn't look like any We're used to gunpowder and TNT.
It types onto the computer, and after a moment or two, a manual of a sorts appears, and it shows you the process of setting up the C4 with a remote detonation.
She's just gonna let Faye and Defibulous read this.
Amphibious will happily come over and read how to play with C4.
Fake into the inevitable. Also learns for safety reasons.
Yes, and she's like, seriously though, the amount of times exploding something has saved us. That's how we defeated Argaroth the Roggaroth. 2 explosions. We saved a whole village from being attacked by an orc army driven by fire and the bone god.
And destroyed an entire garrison of skeletal people.
Yeah, an undead army. Like, the amount of times we've exploded things, we need this.
And we we kind of set fire to the bar too. But
That was from Wild Shot,
Uh-huh.
not the same.
still, we saved it.
Faye is jotting down formulas for getting explosive range.
The snake watches Faye write and literally starts to type something, and you hear a strange sound none of you have heard before. A couple of seconds pass by, and a sheet of paper is set down in front of you by the snake. That is the same thing as what you are seeing on the screen.
Let me thank you very much.
He printed it out for you.
Oh, can I borrow that later so I can copy it down in my book?
It just pushes it towards you like it's yours.
Oh, thanks.
Let's stick that in the box of the explosive so we don't get separated.
That's smart. We'll put it in the bag of holding.
Wonder what happens when you put C4 in a bag of holding. He's just gonna kind of ponder this.
I don't want to find out, so we put it in the box, please. Faye's gonna go ahead and copy everything over her own book.
Okay, fine.
Just safety's sake. There's no reason not to have 2 copies. So yeah, we're going to get that away, and Faye is going to lament they can't take it home with the snake her because it is such a fantastic assistant, and she would like the company at home.
Faye falls for the strangest things.
Baka baklava and a snake.
Back up off my half-orc, man.
Back downstairs.
Back downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yep.
As you guys get downstairs, back to the door that is at the end of the storage room, you see another key slot. Above, you see in multiple languages the words storage.
Always good things in storage, and Kalila's gonna try and open the storage with her key card.
As you swipe it, you hear a garbled voice that just says, "Welcome to Q. Access approved for storage level 4. Caution, there has been multiple hull breaches on this floor. Multiple creatures have been found roaming the halls. We have released the Diamondbacks to no avail. Please have firearms ready. All explosives have been secured in their proper locations."
Did I hear more explosives?
You did.
Power on this floor is at minimum capacity. Switching to emergency lights. Emergency lights are active. Fire suppression systems are offline. The door creaks for a moment and doesn't move. Then you hear the sounds of gears grinding, and then the door clicks and then releases. And it seems to fall limp in the track. It looks like you're going to have to push this open by hand.
1, 2, 3, heave, and somebody keep a bow pointed at the door.
Well, I don't have a bow, but I got some throwing daggers. Let's go.
That'll work. All right, Defibulous, you and I.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can try to give you a hand with this.
All right, I'll go high, you go low.
Well, I mean, it's not like he can do anything else.
The
Right.
one stat that Defibulous sucks at.
Yeah, but the funny thing is we're actually only 4 inches apart in height. I'd said that more for the comical relief because she's not that much taller than him.
I don't think Faye is either.
Or he has his crowbar. Why don't we use the crowbar?
That's a valid point.
Okay, so one of you on the crowbar, one of you guiding the door, and
Yep. With our powers combined, I'm assuming this is a strength roll.
Yep.
18.
All right. Defibulous?
Turning to the page with the crowbar on it because I need to see what it does again real quick.
It crows things.
It bars things?
it bars the crow.
Or does it crow the bar?
Oh la la.
Not responding.
Shit, nat 20 on the strength check.
Woo!
All right.
So many 20s.
Defibulous. I have a question.
Oh, I might have an answer.
Did you wear the boots? Are you wearing the boots, or are you still wearing the bear shoes?
Probably the boots, since I need to dye the bear shoes to match the rest of my outfit.
Doesn't your bare feet give you a +1 to your strength?
You know, let me see if I can figure out where that's at.
Your bare feet did things.
I think he said you could fit the bare feet over the boots, so, I mean...
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Well, are you wearing both?
Yeah, actually, if I can wear both, I'll just wear both then.
Okay.
Super toasty warm feet.
Yeah.
Stylish, super toasty, warm feet.
As you are prying the door slowly open, you feel a weird buzz on your flesh, and it travels down to your feet and then just dissipates. If you have ever done it in real life, it's like getting hit by 120 volt, like an exposed wire on a standard outlet. That strange, discomforting electrical hum goes through your body, but then dissipates. As you pull the door open, there was an exposed wire right where your crowbar pushed in.
He's like, what? That was...
With a nat 20, you almost got electrocuted. What kind of shit is that?
Grounding boots.
nat 20 plus 2.
You guys also didn't check for traps, so...
Also accurate. Did it affect Kalila?
Nope, because he hit the exposed wire with a metal crowbar.
Ah.
And actually, would detect trap even detect that, since it's not really a trap more than as much of a hazard?
Would have been an engineering check.
It could have also been set up like that on purpose.
Well, I guess we'll never know
Touche.
since we didn't roll.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on.
I blame a goat for that.
Okay, hold on. So he didn't take any damage from that because the boots grounded him out, right?
Correct.
Cool. I like out of character knowledge. All right, moving on.
Walking into this storage room, it's musky smelling. The smell of old, decaying papers and foodstuffs fill the air. The lights in here are that eerie, pulsing red, and you can hear the sounds of vermin. Maybe not dire rats or things like of that nature, but vermin. Cockroaches, spiders, small rats chewing through this old, decaying food as the floor metal clicks under your shoes.
Lila's just gonna crinkle up her nose and go, I don't know which is worse, this or that red herring temple.
I don't know. I don't hear any singing whales.
True, and there's no leeches.
Ugh. Faye pulling up.
I wonder if there's a waterfall door to start down.
No, I hope not. Faye's pulling up her over her face because she can't stand the smell. She is switching to a stealthy walk. The metal clicking unnerves her.
We're gonna follow the sound of vermin to see what kind it is.
So it's a little bit of everything. You hear small rats, mice, the sound of cockroaches moving about on loose pieces of plastic and metal. It's just it's unsettling because it's a lot of small vermin. Not the prey you're looking for, but there is a lot of it down here.
Okay.
So, what's the best way to clear a room like this then?
Well, I can throw some scent down and lure everything to us.
I wonder if the C4 would work.
I want to save that. Anything in here I don't think is going to be challenging and justify that level of explosion.
You're still curious on how big the explosion is.
Absolutely, but I'm not doing it in here where we can collapse things on us.
Fair enough.
We'll get a chance to use it. Yeah, it still has the same, as she taps on the metal walls. It's just what didn't get crushed in the crash.
Okay, so do you think this can operate down here? Or if we kick them down the stone stairs?
We can go back up and ask the snake. I'll go back up and ask the snake.
Okay. He is in the repair station, halfway in a wall, and you can see the slight light as it's working on repairing.
She will lightly do a knock on a nearby wall or whatever, tink, tink, tink. Hey, snake.
The snake's tail retracts into the wall, and then its head eventually comes out.
Yeah, he had to turn around. She goes, we discovered more ship on the level below. There's a lot of vermin and repair. We know you can't go down those stairs, but if we carry you down there, will it help? Or drill a hole in the ceiling, if that's possible? As she looks up questioning what she's suggesting.
It shakes its head no. It seems as if its priority is more repair of highly used areas.
So because it's not a priority down there, Snake does not care.
Correct. Well, it cares, but it cannot do anything about it.
Okay, thanks, Snake. She'll go back downstairs. Snake says no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, then...
He could come down here, but there's higher priorities than this.
Okay, then we will leave this mess for... I don't want to waste time on low-hanging fruit. So we're looking for the main mess.
Yeah, but I want to explore the perimeter to make sure it's not our way down into the main nest.
Okay, so we're just not worried about cleaning this up then. Just exploring through it.
No, not at all. Yeah, just gonna go through it and see if it leads us to the nest. If not, there was kind of a giant cave back the other way that we can go explore.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, gonna walk the perimeter cautiously, since we know that there's who knows what down here.
Same, I will help.
Okay. I need perception checks all around.
33.
17.
27.
Faye and Kalila, you are finding, as you're walking around, it's like you nudge a box to get out of the way, and it crumples in, and you see cockroaches scatter off. You see a couple pretty well-fed spiders in small corners that are feasting on the small vermin or the small insects that have made their way in. Defibulous, as you're walking around, you bump a crate, and you hear the sounds of maggots moving around, and the smell of decaying food fills the air just a little bit more. And then as you round the corner, there is the sound of a hiss, and a light mist starts to spray down into the room, and the vile smell seems to dissipate just a little. In this section, there's no foodstuffs, but strange symbols and lettering of boxes and crates. What would you guys like to do?
I'm not looking in most of these crates, considering they're filled with nasty. She's just making sure there's no rat holes.
Yeah, no, as you're going, you are not finding, not size rat holes that you are looking for. These are more like mice holes.
Yeah, she doesn't care about the tiny things. She's just making sure no giant dyers are coming through. So she's going to approach the door and keep going around.
In this room, give me a perception check around.
30.
Okay.
33.
Wait, all of us?
Yeah, all of you.
Okay,
Yeah.
28.
All of you see that this room is a little different. You see plastic totes similar to what the C4 box is, but these are labeled like desert survival kit, winter survival, or a Arctic survival kit, ocean survival kit, and they're small packs, about the size of what would be like Defibulus's ammo pack.
Okay, that has her interest. She'll go digging through those if they are survival kits.
Which one do you start with?
What are my options?
You see desert, Arctic, forest, ocean, and free fall.
Could free fall mean, but she will start with forest, pretty much work from land to ocean to whatever. She's gonna look at all of them at some point or another.
There's a couple of them each, about 6 of them each, and you open up the forest one and you look inside and you see strange little tablets that say, what are they called?
MRE.
Not MREs, they're designed to clean water.
Oh, distillation.
Purification.
Yeah, you see little pills that say purification. Thank you. You see little metal bags that are tightly sealed that say MRE. You see a small little radio that says emergency broadcast, and you see what looks like some kind of flimsy metal hood that is noisy and crinkly when you open it up. You move on to the Arctic one, and this one's a little heavier. Opening it up, you see little containers that say fuel. You see what looks like a sleeping bag, maybe, that is heavy and made from strange materials. You see another thing that says MREs. You see purification tablets, and you see another emergency beacon. You pull out the desert one and you open it, and you see a small thing that just says survival tent. You see a water canteen. You see a compass and some other small bric-a-brac that you would recognize as a kit for someone who spends a lot of time exploring. And then you open up the ocean kit, and it's what looks like a vest that says like pull to inflate, and you see just an emergency beacon on it. And then you see the free fall kit, and as you open it, it just says pray.
Nice. Well, what do you guys think? Some of the stuff I recognize and would be useful. The tent, those sleeping bags would be good.
I'd say let's take some of them with us. I know that part of the gun was lost in something area with water in it. Like a part of the...
Wasn't there one with a desert?
Yes.
All right, let's gather up 3 of each.
Defibulus, part of your role also behind Defibulus in some racks, you see some small backpacks that have like a 6-point harness on it, and there's little pull cords on it. And it's just like, one just says high altitude parachute, one says low altitude parachute. It looks like some of them have been damaged over time. There's looks like 3 of them that are in still decent enough shape if you wanted to take them. And it looks like there's one that is a low altitude that is sitting down on a table, and it looks like it was being packed at some point.
Does Defibulus understand what a parachute is?
No.
Anyone know what a parachute is?
Not a clue.
Can I roll for it?
I don't think parachutes would have existed at this time.
Is there a picture on the back of a parachute to say what it is?
Nope, it just says pull cord to release chute.
Then there's also one that's in the process of being packed. High altitude, low altitude. This bit here. Could we puzzle it out?
Do we even know what the word altitude is?
Yes, because there is the reference to how tall a mountain is. Someone would be like, that's a higher altitude.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure that vocabulary word was something we would know.
It's something that is more akin to what explorers would call it. Like a seasoned, scholarly explorer would say something like altitude.
They would have read the word.
A young... Yeah.
Okay, so between the 3 of us, can we figure it out?
You can all roll intelligence checks.
I rolled a 10.
17.
13 on that one.
So between the 3 of you looking at the one that was being packed, you see simple instructions is pull cord to release chute. So, playing around with the one that is clearly not been finished, one of you pull the cord and the back opens up quickly and releases this, and lets you unfurl this massive, weird feeling clothy material that is attached by strange high strength ropes and strings. And then you see a secondary one that says emergency chute. You pull that and you find another strange wrapped up weird feeling cloth attached by strange rope.
How many did we find? And
3 are in good condition, and then you had the low altitude one that was being packed that you were messing with.
okay, it was only one sacrifice because you made it sound like we were just
No.
pulling and experimenting willy-nilly.
Yeah, no, there was the one that was packed that was clearly not ready to be used that you are futzing with.
Okay, I just wanted clarification on that.
Absolutely. Give me all an intelligence check again.
19.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
14.
Defibulus, as you sit there and study the ropes and the way they're placed, it kind of dawns on you that the way everything is kind of set up, it would kind of remind you of an old sail. This makes a giant mushroom head, and based on where the ropes come out, it looks like it's almost like it's straps onto someone's back. So maybe it's a thing to catch air when you're wearing it?
Can Defibulus apply some engineering thought to this?
Absolutely.
All right, nat 20.
With a nat 20, you sit down and you literally start to draw it out in multiple different ways to figure out the most logical thing. And you realize it's almost like a kite for a person. If there's enough wind inside this strange sail, it would plume up and slow the descent of somebody at a rapid pace.
All right, after a bit, Defibulus. Oh, it's a non-magical slow fall.
Huh.
and he'll explain it to everyone else. Like you put this pack on, and when you're falling, you pull these strings, and it let looses a giant sail that slows you down. And if everything works the way I think it does, these little stringies here help kind of give you a little directional sense so you don't crash into things.
That sounds useful. Let's take them.
Yeah.
All right, so we all agree. Grab a gear for Arctic desert free fall, I guess.
Yeah, let's leave these up by the entrance, and we'll get them on our way back out.
We have a bag of holding. Just stuff them in the bag of holding.
They'll fit?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so it's good to me.
She will show Faye that they fit and stuff 3 packs for them in these bags.
You know, I really kind of wish I could have seen this stuff in its prime, because this is pretty fantastic stuff here.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing.
Especially considering this thing flew at one point.
I mean, the Murdoch flies, but it's huge.
Yeah, but this thing is like 10,000 times bigger than the Murdoch.
Yeah. And we're hunting rats.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could be back in the swamp.
No, thank you.
With jello trees and slimes and mind-controlling bone trees.
Nope, I like my mind where it is, thank you.
Yeah.
Flesh trees like that one.
I'm good, let's get out of here. Let's keep looking for her.
Anyway,
I agree. Let's proceed down that hallway.
To the east.
The one that I'm standing next to the east. There's a doorway.
So, are you guys entering this hallway?
Yes, but cautiously. I mean, there's still vermin and electrical things apparently to be leery of.
Okay, so I should go first with the trap fight.
Yeah, that'd be smart. I'll shoot things from behind you, so just don't move.
I mean, I moved to get down the hallway.
Much.
Much, don't move much.
jumping jacks are not advised while firing around you.
Noted.
All right, I need a perception check for trap finding.
35.
With a 35, you don't see anything, and as you enter the hallway, everything is eerily quiet, and then you hear an alarm start blaring as you see something lower from the sky. It's got a single red light pointed right at you and 2 large barrels pointed down at you, very reminiscent of Short Round's rifle.
Or my laser pointer?
Yes, it's kind of like your laser pointer, except it's brighter.
I don't know what a laser is, but yes.
You hear the alarms blaring, and you hear intruder, intruder. Lethal force. And you see sparks fly as it cracks and drops and shatters to the ground. Chewed wires dangling from the roof as it just sparks and fizzles out.
Well, that was convenient.
You broke it.
I did not.
Yeah, but I think that thing was about to shoot us.
Probably, but still, you broke it.
I don't think she broke it.
Ooh, I wonder if I can take the parts from it.
Motion and look around to make sure nothing else is on the ceiling, I guess.
More trap finding?
Yeah, let's see if we can find any more of those before we let Defibulous go and play with it.
Not 20.
Looking up, you study the roof design and notice that there's just a small circle that looks like it has been designed into the roof. Looking around, you carefully study the roof pattern, double checking and triple checking and quadruple checking, and this hallway only had the 1 turret. And as you turn back to the team to say the all clear, the world pauses as we end this episode here.
Woo!
Works for me.
No tinkering with a turret for you today, Defibulous.
Yes, but I'm smart enough to write notes down about it for later.
So you remember first thing, I'm gonna investigate.
Well, me friends. They have gotten deeper into the Godsfell. Strange things are afoot. Strange alarms, strange weapons coming out of the sky. Strange backpacks for all forms of survival. And the team is only there for a simple rat hunt. Well, with all that happens, there's many mysteries and many things hidden within these metal walls of this forgotten, strange city. But that is all the time we have for tonight. For the moon is high, and it is time for us to say farewell. But, as I always tell you, my friends, may the dice gods bless your every roll. We here at What the Dice would like to thank Paizo for creating Pathfinder, Epidemic Sound for our music, as well as Sirenscape for our sound effects. If you would like to reach out to us, you can do so on Facebook at What the Dice Pod, Twitter at What the Dice Pod, and of course email whatthedicepod@gmail.com. And if you liked our little adventure, please share us with your friends and rate and review us.